Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy DaVon back in the flesh for another legendary video. Appreciate you guys coming through and showing your love and support. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you be always up to speed anytime a new video drops from my channel. More importantly, appreciate you guys coming through and showing your love and support. More importantly, chime down in the comments, hit that like button so we keep things rolling with the algorithm for this actual video. Tonight we're covering AEW Dynamite for September 11th. 2024. More importantly, everything was on all cylinders when it came to tonight's show. We had the fallout of AEW's All Out, which was devastating, but more importantly, a great symphony when it came to storytelling. We had so many different controversies in that wrestling community who had so many opinions when it came to everything that had went on when it came to AEW, just in general, with the way how they have been displaying everything. Last week we had nearly an arson basically being set on fire when it came to Hangman Adam Page setting Swerve Strickland's house on fire. More importantly, he set the tone in the main event of AEW All Out when we had some serious things and complications of people who were talking about CTE and so much more. Where we had a devastating steel chair shot to knock out Swerve Strickland to secure the victory, with Hangman Adam Page becoming victorious when it came to the main event and a lights out steel cage match. As well as on tonight's card, we have some many great matches that's on display tonight. We have Ricochet in singles action taking on Sami Guevara. We also have a tag team gauntlet match with all the tag teams who are stepping up to the plate looking for gold when it comes to them challenging the tag team champions, the Young Bucks, the EVPs, looking to secure their spot as being the number one contenders for the tag team championship. As well as on tonight's show, we ended up having so much other great things going on. We also had Jack Perry defending the TNT championship against Leo Rush. Also on tonight's card, we ended up having other things going on, including Jon Moxley speaking in the house about the situation that happened on this following Sunday when it came to him taking out Bryan Danielson. Also, we had a surprise person now officially a part of the roster temporarily. We had Nigel McGuinness. He stepped up to the plate and he's looking to challenge Bryan Danielson for Grand Slam in New York City. More importantly, let's go ahead and get into the nitty gritty. Everything so saucy about this show. Appreciate you guys coming through, and let's go ahead and get the show started. Let's get it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, everything's been all red hot when it came to everything that went on for tonight's show. Things were looking good when it came to AEW Dynamite, just in general. The feel, the aura, everything that was setting up the tone when it came to tonight's showcase. Tonight, they were live and doing their thing as they were in Kentucky at the Roop Arena, and things was all on and popping when it came to all the fallout of AEW All Out. Tonight's show, we started off red hot as we ended up having a promo from no other than Jon Moxley. He opened up the show after with a decent Fallout promo to keep things fresh when it came to everything that was going on when it came to no other than Bryan Danielson. He had so much to say, and it was a decent one from my own personal opinion. More importantly, I was invested. He kept me interested, and he was serious. He changed up his aura. No more jokey joke, not even hardcore style, but straight to the point of what he was feeling. He opened up when he says that he tells us from his personal opinion. This is coming from Jon Moxley. He says Bryan Danielson, he doesn't even have a stomach for this. But 2 years ago, they made a commitment to build something real, 100%. I honestly agree with that. More importantly, he says something tangible as well. But that will be last year's and years long after they're gone. The idea that they could have been destroyed or subjugated, but not for money or recognition, but because it was worth doing. He looks around the crowd continues to boo after everything broke down, and he says all he sees is egos out of control everywhere he looks and turns. Per memory, AEW, he can't take it anymore. He says blood alone moves the wheels of history, and that their mentor called Bryan Danielson the perfect wrestler. He was always the the Lordship favorite, but William Regal, not mentioning his name, but he called him the Lordship. He said basically he saw himself in Moxley and said that men like them are what they are and can't pretend otherwise. He comes out to say, as I quote, he's not a villain, he's not a hero. But he knows why he's got to put him there. But he's the one true king of these lands. Diplomacy has failed, and today he chooses war. He's looking to go to war, and he's looking to make an impression when it comes to AEW. More importantly, he says he will see Darby Allin later on tonight in an arena, and pretty much things broke down from there after that actual showcase. Then we get to Tony Schiavone, who's at ringside. He introduces Christian Cage and the Patriarchy. What can we say about the Patriarchy? They're good for business. When it comes to Christian, one of the best storytelling heels that you truly can ask for. More importantly, I was truly invested and I enjoyed the full outcome of how things were being on display when it came to Christian Cage. He's a true workhorse. More importantly, he got a great mouthpiece when it comes to his deliverance, how he feels. More importantly, the space of work of how to get fans riled up, and you're going to tune in when it comes to Christian Cage. Beforehand, Christian, he talks about he's guaranteed whenever, wherever, when it comes to everything. For the title match, Christian scolds the crowd before beginning. But first thing he says, his son, Nick Wayne, told him. Word of the street is Chris Cage has infinite aura about himself. And consider that he carried the company on his back for last year and a half. Most importantly, people will say that is true. But with the contract, it's undeniable of his presence. He said Wembley didn't start off how he would have liked, but he got railed and won the Gauntlet match. But something interesting happened in that match. He says as Kill Switch had him goozled when he looked into his eyes and he saw the light bulb. And finally it went off and he realized that he is and what Christian needed him to be. A true monster, a true wrecking ball when it comes to just an overall general. A true killer, and most importantly, the most complete big man in the business today. And he belongs to Christian. He moves along and he says he'll be Bryan Danielson, and that more importantly, he wished that his wife has CTE so he wouldn't have to be disappointed as she is. Now he is going to be the reigning, defending, undisputed champion, next AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Bet your ass on it. He's serious about what he feels. And you know you're going to get your money's worth when it came to Christian. Christian always finds his way to sneak in there. But more importantly, he knows how to pull the crowd. And he knows how to get under talent's skin. But what Tony Khan has been doing with this man is nothing but great. Everything that you wanted from Christian, you was going 100% was going to get it. There was nothing unturned, nothing missed. You wasn't missing a beat when it came to Christian. More importantly, we knew we was going to get something special out of that man 100%. When he walks around with the turtleneck and everything about himself, about being smirking or being just a jackass from any point of view. But I love everything about what Christian stands for. He's a true legend in the business. And he truly knew how to stand out 100%. Then we get to Renee Paquette. She's interviewed Don Callis and Will Ospreay backstage. This is kind of intriguing, but it was all calm, cool, and collected for what it was. Callis has a great idea for Will Ospreay. He says he won every casino gauntlet he's ever been in, which is 100% true. He's on a winning streak when it comes to gauntlets. He knows to seal the victory on that. And then the winner gets a shot for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. So he says he wants Will and Kyle Fletcher to team up. More importantly, go after the tag team championships. Osprey says he's got a lot on his plate, which is 100%. He's pulled from every single direction that you truly can ask for out of Osprey, but you know he's going to be there, and he's going to be for his friend Kyle Fletcher. Osprey says that he appreciates and he owes Kyle a favor, but he's got Ricochet breathing down his back. More importantly, so on and so on throughout the course of the promo. Don Callis is very apologetic, but he says he has to cash in on a favor on this situation right here and right now. He well considered that he is cashing in on his favor, and Kyle makes a plea that he wants to win the tag team championship with his pal, and Will gives in and accepts that actual arrangement. But of course, after everything closed up, they all shake hands like gentlemen. But of course, when it came to Will Ospreay and to Takeshita, they didn't shake hands whatsoever. Takeshita kind of brushed it off. He wasn't feeling what the situation with Don Callis is doing. Is Don Callis having a change of heart and turning face? Or is this going to be a long-term booking of them turning on Will Ospreay over time if they lose to the EVPs? More importantly, Takeshita's looking to step up as he's got some things in store for later on in the night as he go through the course of Dynamite. But more importantly, he's been nothing but a show stealer, been doing his thing, and you couldn't ask for anything better when it comes to the big man Takeshita. He's everything that I wanted when it comes to a talent for that's international. He's like a hybrid version of Shinsuke Nakamura, but more. Then we get to the actual first match of the night. We finally get some action on the card. We got the TNT champion, the scapegoat, Jack Perry. He's in action against the man of the hour, the newest member of the Top Flight, Lio Rush. What more can you get out this match? I could say one word. It was awesome. Everything you could have got out this match, from all the high spots to the arsenal, seeing how quick how Lio Rush is, really kept me invested. There was so much that you could have packed in when it came to Lio Rush. But more importantly, I was all in for it to see how things were going to transpire with Lio Rush. More important, this match was a whole lot of smash mouth, a lot of back and forth. The match started off very quickly. Barry started off with the boots when it came to the transition of how things went as soon as the bell started. He dropped his jacket on the camera and then whips him into the corner. Lio ducks under and then lights him up with a couple of punches, followed with a big chop, followed with a couple of right hands, and then a whip reversal to keep us invested. Then they followed with a springboard TS and then followed with a drop kick, taking Rush to the floor as Jack lays him out as we go to the commercial break. This was decent back and forth action, and I was all into it all the way through to the break. Appreciate you guys coming through. I see so far we having a back and forth of people coming in and out. It would help out. Don't need any bots coming through. Just trying to get the algorithm up. More importantly, it's free $99. Hit the like button to get things running smoothly for this video. Appreciate you guys coming through. If you just slide through, it's all good too. Appreciate you just coming to seeing what's going on with this video. They come back from a commercial break as things continue to pick up. Action Andretti tries to run interference for Lio and gets injected by Aubrey Edwards after everything broke down. Jack Perry had a funny moment as he started down on one knee and he did the whole thing injection as well to tell him get out of there. It was funny, it was hilarious, but I'm loving what Jack Perry's doing in his own of being his heel. More importantly, the fans were invested into his situation too. Things picked up after a follow-up suplex lift reversal into a small package. Then things really picked up as Perry goes to the floor and Rush's dives twice as Lio Rush is doing his thing. He's smash mouth running in and out, doing transition and keeping things running smoothly. Followed up with a Spanish fly on a scapegoat who kicked out at a 2 count. More importantly, the sidestep lawn darts as Leo Rush runs to the turnbuckle, followed with a dragon suplex to connect, and jollying for position. Leo Rush hits a poison Frankensteiner with an Arabian press sidestep. Jack Perry blasts him with a knee trembler, charges at him full speed. I mean, this was a nice combination with the combination knee into a pin to secure the victory with a 1, 2, and 3. This match was all over the place. It was great action. And Leo Rush is MVP. I'm loving what Leo Rush has been doing with his return back to AEW. And he's really have kept us highly invested. And I have really been enjoying everything that Leo Rush really has been standing for and what he has been doing for the past few weeks along the lines with AEW. When it comes to Jack Perry, you know you're going to get something special out of Jack Perry. He's been on a great hot streak since he's been a heel. More importantly, I'm loving everything about him. They really have turned him into a true star. Secondary right behind Christian Cage. And I'm loving everything about it with his aura. Now he's aligned with the elite. And he's becoming his own man 100% through the course of everything that has been going on. Then we get to the review of how I felt about this match. It was 100% a 4 out of 5 stars. It was great. I enjoyed everything about this match. There's nothing to shit on. You got everything that you could have got of. It was a couple great high spots, including a lovely Spanish fly, and so many other great moves that was in the arsenal throughout the whole course of the match. And then I love the finisher too, how things connected with everything that was going on through the course of the match. Backstage, we got Alex Marvez. He's interviewing Jack Perry after everything that initially broke down to his victory. He says people like him and are crucified in his life, so there can be a worship in the next. He is getting on his scapegoat bus, the skate bus, which we call it, and then he drives off. It was quick, brief. It was calm, cool, and collective for what he had to say in his promo, and it was straightforward. It was cool. I enjoyed it. There was nothing unturned that you could have missed about it, and it kept me invested. Renee Paquette. She's in an interview with the Hangman. I'm loving everything about this aura of him, just like no care, nonchalant, eyeing everybody directly in the backstage as he walked along through the backstage. Renee was able to catch up to him. He says he has found 1,000 houses that Shane Strickland called home 100%. And he said he have burned 1,000 houses down. And he's meant every word about it. No matter where Swerve goes or pick something that makes him happy, he's going to turn it into an arson. It's going to be intriguing and interesting to see how things unfold when it comes to that drama. But when Swerve is ready to come back, it's going to be game time. But Hangman right now has the upper hand with everything. He's probably going to be the next one right behind Christian to get a championship run for the World Heavyweight Championship. He's right up there. He's the runner-up. And it's going to be intriguing to see how things unfold when WrestleDream comes to intuition. And we're going to have so many challengers lined up for Bryan Danielson as he's a full-time superstar. Then, of course, he said people that saw him in person makes no mistakes that he meant it. Now he speaks to everyone. It means he's you, anybody. He's letting anybody know exactly what he felt in that moment. He says if you got in his way, you stood between them and tried to protect Swerve from him. He will find you and he will hurt you. Hangman attacks a dude on his way out after the situation from the interview from Renee Paquette. He stares down top flight. I mean, he's eye-jawing at everybody. He turns to the Dark Order. Evil Ono has some comments to say, as I quote. He says he doesn't know who Paige is anymore. And Adam turns, and then he sees Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett stands there, and he goes through his stench of his whole family legacy. It says that he's been in business for 3 generations, and he's seen plenty of men walk a dark path. But it always ends the same for every single individual. More importantly, he says, in shame and regret, Hangman will regret that day that he lands in his hands on Karen Jarrett again. He was referring to his wife. If any, a lot of you guys have not sure who Karen Jarrett is. Jeff Jarrett laid it out. You touch my wife, I'm going to take you out. At any point of view, any man will be in that situation as well. If he feels something that's uncomfortable and not sitting right with him, he's going to defend his family 100%. I'll be in that same boat as well. If somebody touch my wife or put their hands on my wife, they will get some hurting as well. Hangman takes it with no remorse. He strikes Double J Jeff Jarrett, the last outlaw. He throws him to a pile of chairs and then gets to start screaming, "Nobody asked him." Karen arrives, Jay Lethal arrives, everybody tries to break up the situation, staff comes in between, and things really broke down as that segment had ended. It's going to be interesting to see how things unfold with Jeff Jarrett and Hangman and continue to pick things up. But if Jarrett can't go, Jay Lethal's looking to step up. Jay Lethal's somewhere out there and he's not doing too much. Hopefully he's not injured, but he has not been wrestling on Ring of Honor nor AEW. When it comes to Jeff Jarrett, yes, it's 3 generations, and he's continued to hang in there. I know a lot of people have some kind of dislike of Jarrett, and they're like, his time is over, he needs to retire. But if a man loves what he loves to do, why should he? Why should he put away the adrenaline rush, the love that he loves, the passion, especially if he has a passion for it? Why should he give up on something that he truly is remarkably love, and more importantly, that he enjoys being in that square circle every single time that he's in the ring? Then we get to Commander and Private Party. They make the entrance out for a trios action. But before they even get things all started and partying and getting the crowd all hyped up, we get the BCC. They come down and clear house, along with Marina Shafir, Claudio Castelloni, and Pac. They're playing no games. They ruin the fun very quickly. They're playing no games. Marina Shafir chokes out Commander, while the rest of them pretty much cleared out everybody else that was involved through the course of that entrance, including all the members of Private Party. They choke out Commander. And then, of course, then we get a straight shoot from Pac. He gets on the mic. He says they've been very, very patient, and enough is enough of everything. This company is broken. More importantly, what happened at Saturday's All Out was inevitable. They are inevitable, and the product is feasted when it comes to their environment. More importantly, as for them, he's been very lost for a very, very long time. No longer anymore. Now he has something to believe in with a true purpose. He said democracy has failed and his company is theirs to taking. Then he exits the ring and then we go to a commercial break. I loved everything about the seriousness of Pac. Now he's lying with the BCCC. You never know what you're going to get from these guys. More importantly, it was injected with some seriousness. It was straight to the point, and I enjoyed everything about what they truly had to say. It was nothing unturned. It was nothing that you couldn't miss. But more importantly, this is a serious group you need to look out for. I don't know if they're going to be aligned with the Elite later, or they're going to be their own entity, as so many groups are now looking to take the ship of AEW. We come back from commercial break and we get the learning tree. Chris Jericho dives up in the arena and gets out in the loading dock. Chris Jericho says today is a glorious day to be with the learning tree. He's got a brand new Bentley convertible His top students are here with him. More importantly, his $7,000 jacket and Orange Cassidy ruined. So that is why he has took Orange Cassidy's backpack as collateral. And he found something inside that was very interesting. And he's going to show everyone what it is later on tonight. And then they pan away from that segment. A lot of people were trying to be intrigued and trying to figure out what was in that bag. But more importantly, you knew you was going to get something interesting when it comes to Orange Cassidy. Was he going to try to blackmail him? Was he going to go out the blue and find the jacket that's inside the bag? You just had to tune in and see what was going on through the course of that promo. Then we get to the banger match. The next following match on the card, Ricochet versus Sami Guevara. Everything about this match was a baloney circus that you truly can got. They filled each other out. This match was everything you could have wanted when it comes to high overall cruiserweight style match. They really went back and forth, transitional moves, were able to get off their signature moves, and they have a great chemistry. Even though Sami Guevara is not used to Ricochet, but Ricochet controlled majority of the match, and they kept things rolling like a steamroll train. This match was great for what it was. I enjoyed every single piece of this match. It was fast-paced when they were both filling each other out. Guevara wanted to go to a flash pan very quickly, but both guys got for a couple kicks and legs in their brief entanglement. Sami goes to the floor, and then Ricochet with a corkscrew dive. They brawl up to the ramp, and then Guevara goes to the top of the entrance arc, moonsault off the tunnel into the stage to send us into the commercial break. They come back from the commercial break, and they're fighting at the base of the ramp. Guevara lays Ricochet out with a back elbow and lands a successful special. Ricochet fires back with a double jump somersault senton on the barricade, which was amazing. Draw up, followed by Sami Guevara, got back up into the inside with a springboard lariat connects, and he fires up. Hits a running shooting star suplex for a 2 count. Guevara takes a couple kicks to including follow up with a schoolboy for a 2 count as well. He kicked him in the midsection. Ricochet catches him and hits a fisherman's carry. Follow up with a reverse of a flip pile driver, which reversed it into like a Canadian destroyer out of nowhere. He comes off with a shoulder block into the corner and then hits the Gamer Girl. Sami follow up with off the top rope and hits a diving ace crusher. It still hits off with a 2 count. They follow up with a backbreaker rack. Ricochet gets the counter on it and goes for the GTH. And then hits a rising knee, which connects. Things continue to go back and forth between them as they continue to fill each other out. Ricochet was able to hit a rising kick, follow up with an axe right to the top of the head, and then hit an inverted face lock. Ricochet gets the pinfall by hitting a famous move, the Vertigo. Post-match, we see Beast Morris spears Ricochet, and Guevara grabs a chair and runs Morris off, and then he helps Ricochet to their feet, and then he raises his hand as the crowd really was excited. They were invested. More importantly, they enjoyed every single moment that was going on through the course of the match. The Beast Mortis is somebody you do not want to sleep on. More importantly, that's going to be a good one between Ricochet and Mortis. Mortis has been finding his own niche when it comes to the mid-card division. Ricochet is racking up the wins until he's ready for Will Ospreay. We know that's going to be a 5-star banger because we have seen it in the past when they really put their minds to everything and really keep us not only invested, but more importantly, keep us engaging and wanting more. Of course, the moves would come up with a flip-flop of circus moves and everything that you could get through the course of the match, but you know you're going to be 100% entertained. Do I think this match is going to probably end up being a no-sell match once Ricochet and Will Ospreay clash? 100%. It's going to be like speed on drugs. 100%. Then we get to Chris Statlander. And with a recap of Chris Statlander and Will Nightingale from All Out. which was a decent match. Couldn't ask for anything better when it came to those ladies. Those ladies put everything on the table. All you needed was the kitchen sink to keep things running smoothly. Then they come back from commercial break, and then Renee Paquette is working overtime again. She's interviewed Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker, the AEW Continental Champion, who's there in all his glory. He mock cries about how hard him was defending his championship at All Out was before he's saying that, in fact, it was very easy. Don Callis rolls up with him with his company. Don points out that Okada didn't pin Takeshita. And Okada says that Takeshita will be a champion, but not for the Continental Champion. Beach. Which is kind of funny, but more importantly, I'm invested in seeing a singles match, and we shall see how things turn out. The pieces are there. We just gotta see what direction they're gonna go with the Takeshita and Okada. And Okada is gonna have his hands tied when it comes to Takeshita. But I'm loving how Takeshia's being more serious, more direct, and spot on what he's looking to do. You know you're not gonna be disappointed. More importantly, you're going to get a great match. Darby Allin. He comes directly down for his entrance. He gets on the mic for a decent cool collective promo. The best thing you could truly ask for when it comes to Darby Allin. He says somebody's been looking for him. Well, here he is. Enter Jon Moxley. Marina Shafira. He hands up the hand gesture with a couple peace signs. He says he doesn't know what Darby saw, but he thinks he's heard. But nothing has changed between them. 100%. Darby Allin shuts him up, and it says there's a lot that he wants to talk about. They don't act like superstars. They came from nothing and refuse to go back to what they originally were in the past. He doesn't take any of this for granted, which is why he wrestles the way he does. AEW gave him everything that he truly could have asked for and more. And he wants to tell John a story that he never told anyone, period. His first year in wrestling, he was looking for someone to look up to, but everyone failed him. And he showed him dignity. But he could have bought your soul, but could have solely for the almighty dollar. But not Jon Moxley. He wanted to be just like him. And to this day, Moxley will wrestle to a high school gym because he loves the business that much. And then you talk about, where did they first meet? It was in a gym in the Indies. He was so nervous the day he's getting to wrestling his hero. He lost that match but gained so much confidence, and he belongs in the ring with him. I truly agree with that. There's nothing more you could have asked for when it comes to Darby Allin and Jon Moxley. But more importantly, he says there's not a lot of people you can consider family, but you found one. You hold on to them, and what you did, John, what you did to Danielson was uncalled for. He would never do something like that to Sting, and he knew that in that moment, he did not want to be like him anymore. In my opinion, Moxley says that he will cut off the chase. Darby has a world title shot at Grand Slam, but that's not going to happen because the champion is indisposed. But it is a blessing in disguise because Allin isn't ready. He doesn't have time to explain, but he needs Darby to give the title shot to him. Darby Allin asks him if he is stupid or is he drinking again, because he is sound like everybody who hates him in the back from the boys. Self-entitled, he is not just giving it to him. So he wants it so bad, do something about it. Moxley goes on to say that he wants him to earn it, but he will earn it at Grand Slam on September 25th. Tyler shot him the line, and he will teach him another lesson and show him where he stands in the food chain, he will be so far where he belongs. Allen will not be a world champion, but he believes in him and his back, and has his back. Please. He doesn't like to say it to him, but he trusts him and says that he has no idea what's going on. He's gonna take the title shot, and he's gonna teach him a lesson the hard way. Darby Allin accepts the situation and says if he's going to burn AEW to the ground, don't be surprised when Allin shoves him directly in that fire. Jon Moxley holds Marina Shafir back, bows gently at Darby Allin in a sign of respect, New Japan style, and that ends that actual segment from there. I enjoyed everything about that segment. It kept me engaging. More importantly, I was truly invested seeing how things was unfolding through the course of that promo. Couldn't ask for anything better, but in alignment of everything, it was great for what you can ask for. Then we get the Christopher Daniels interview backstage, but before he can say anything, Nigel McGuinness rolls up on him, and he says his news. Tony Khan is not going to want to hear what they have to say, but he says he changed his mind and he walk off. Excalibur takes a moment to commemorate September 11th and proceed go over and respect the family who had lost so many lives that day, close to almost 3,000 people. Gratitude to you, all the people that are still trying each and every single day to figure out a struggle through that hard pains and struggle. But of course, the biggest thing is people are steamrolling and finding their way in a way of life. Then we get to the women's division. We got Mariah May versus Queen Aminata. This match was everything what you could ask for, because the Queen finally stepped up after things broke down over at All Out, when Mariah May was trying to attack Sky Blue in her hometown, Chicago, which she had a broken ankle. But the Queen stepped up to the plate and stopped the onslaught attack by Mariah May, the Glamorous. But when it comes to the details of this match, it's not for the championship. But when it comes to the stipulation, if the Queen Aminata wins, she gets the AEW World Championship match. Mariah May, with that trip, she starts everything off by taking advantage of that. Aminata sidesteps with a drop kick. She looks for a quick pinfall for it too. Mariah returns the favor and hits the cellmate, and then knocks the Queen directly off the ropes. She proceeded to hit her with a penalty kick to keep things running smoothly with the back and forth. She kisses her cheek, and Mariah knocks her off the ropes. Follow up with a drop kick to the back and slipped into the floor. Hanging Aminata off over the apron and land a running knee to send everybody into the commercial break. Appreciate you guys coming through. Let's get the algorithm up. Hit the like button to keep things running smoothly through the course of this video. So far, I believe we have 16 people watching. Let's get the thumbs up. Even if you're not chatting, it's all good. Back from commercial break, Aminata gets in the corner and then blocks a tiara and then follow up with a kick to set up a sunset flip for a 2. She follows up with a snap suplex, and she follows up with a German suplex. May comes back with a vicious DDT and then goes off with a nope stomp. Of course, things broke down from there. She follows up with a double stomp and set up for a drop. Mariah Ray goes to the ropes and hits the knee for the connection, and she follows up with the victory with the Storm Zero. Post-match, Mariah May gets on the mic, and she has a whole lot to say. She says she hasn't had her championship celebration, not yet. There's been so many opportunities that she could have had it, but she says something is missing. She calls for Mina Sakurawa, her former tag team partner, and asks her to please come back. And she does the whole Tony Storm parade inside the ring, the prancing, and then falls out on the floor to be glamorized in the center of the ring. The Young Bucks, they cut a promo backstage about how they always wanted to have the greatest tag team division in the business. And it turns out they are the tag team division. And more importantly, you need that. They're doing the heavy lifting and they are here, all the whispers. And maybe they should be mad at the tag teams, but haven't been good enough to beat them. That's why they booked the Casino Gauntlet, and whoever wins it gets a title shot at Grand Slam. Then we go to the commercial break. Then we get ready for the next following match after the break. We get Iron Savages, which is Bear Boulder, Bo Bronson, and Jack Jameson, taking on the learning tree of Big Bill, Brian Cleef, and Chris Jericho, and six-man trios tag team action. This match was smashed off, a lot of back and forth. This match was very quickly. The Learning Tree took advantage of this match very quickly, and they got the pinfall after Chris Jericho hit Jack Jameson after Big Bill hit that high heel choke slam. Follow up with the no other than the lovely elbow that Jericho always hits. Post-match, Chris Jericho gets on the mic, and he whines about his jacket being ruined and so much more. He doesn't think that he's going to get $7,000 back, but he's just going to keep taking Orange Cassidy's things, and he found something interesting in the backpack. A framed picture of Orange with his best friends in the better times. That was the best that Jericho could have came up with. But yes, Jericho pretty much had that in his back pocket when it came to everything. And it still was interesting to see how things was unfolding through the course of that. But I don't know if that's was going to keep me invested, but he said the old best friends, I thought it would be something that's serious. But he had to troll the fans and have the old best friends pictures with all of them all together. More importantly, Jericho says that Cassidy's problem is that he's obsessed with friendship and he needs the lesson that there is no friends in professional wrestling. If you think you have for a friend, you are probably being used. So he gets in your head out, your ass out here, and forget about friendship. Give him his money, and he wants it now. Orange Cassidy appears directly on the stage on the Tron, and he says he has Jericho's money, just not all of it. But his boys are bringing the rest of it, of his cash. The camera pans to Mark Briscoe driving a front loader forklift with a bucket full of coins. Kyle O'Reilly is riding shotgun. Briscoe drives the construction vehicle directly to Jericho's new car that he got. He dumps the coins out and directly onto Chris Jericho's car. Some change tells Jericho that he shouldn't have done it. Jericho freaks out about his fancy car, and then they go into the commercial break. Things broke down afterwards, and where things really got more intriguing with how things were unfolding. But Jericho was highly pissed off, and he was not feeling it whatsoever. Back from commercial break, we get Nigel McGuinness in the ring. He apologized for the empty rushes, but he has something to get off his chest what he truly has been feeling lately. Since there is not going to be an AEW World Champion match at Grand Slam, which is great for Bryan Danielson, who is probably in his iron lung gasping for air like Justin Roberts did when Bryan choked him on his own. More importantly, he goes on about the transcript and he initially challenges Bryan Danielson to a match at Grand Slam for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. He says he guaranteed that at Arthur Ashe Stadium, the Oasis will play him in a ring, but Bryan Danielson joins him to the final countdown. Or have we seen the American Coward's last match? So he issued a challenge, and we shall see what goes on from there. He said, the ball is in your court, Bryan Danielson. And he flips the British bird at him, and the camera pans out from there. We get a promo from Hook, who's in the house tonight. He's outside. He says that he has respect for Roderick Strong, one of the greatest wrestlers in the ring worldwide. But his respect was disturbed when his buddies jumped him, and then he whined about his foot being under the rope. That's not the Roddy he respects, but now he challenged him anytime, any place for the FTW Championship on the line. Then we get ready for the main event. We got the Young Bucks coming out making their entrance. They're up there at the entrance ramp. Get some chairs out. And you watch the conclusion of all the tag teams who are involved in this gauntlet. We have FTR, Cass Wheeler and Dash Harwood. We got the Grizzly Veterans, James Drake and Zach Gibson. We have a mixed tag team of Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay, as well as the M&M connection of Mansoor and Mason Madden. We also have the Acclaim, which is Anthony Bowen and the Platinum, Max Caster. Followed with the hot favorites, the Outrunners, Truth Magnum, and Turbo Floyd. Followed up with the Righteousness of Dooch and Vincent. Top Flights, Dante Martin and Darius Martin. Then we got the Undisputed Kingdom of Matt Taven and Mike Bennett. And all these guys got it on when it came to the Tag Team Championship Gauntlet. A lot of back and forth, a lot of high spots. There was so much that went on. I'm not going to bore you guys to death with so much of the match that went on. It's a lot of back and forth, a lot of high spots, a lot of ins and outs. They did a full countdown through the course of the match to keep you guys going through, keeping invested. A lot of people had their speculations of who was going to be in the tag team match, but I just counted out everybody that pretty much was involved. There was no surprise entrances. It was pretty much everybody who was a tag team currently at this moment. Everybody got involved, and then it was smashed off. It was everything you could have asked for. Dante Martin was the MVP through the course of this match, and he did some nice high spots to keep us invested through the course of the match. Towards the end of the match, things broke down with an insecurity to the apron. Martin goes to the top and hits a frog splash. The knees are up with a counter, and Will Ospreay hits the hidden blade, and Fletcher pins him for the 1-2-3. As we have new number one contenders of Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay, who got the pinfall with a crucifix pin, and now they become the number one contenders. Will Ospreay is going to have his hands full. We shall see how this actual drama unfolds, but it still will be highly interesting to see what may happen in the course of everything that will be happening as they face the Young Bucks. More importantly, I'll be highly invested and look forward to seeing how things continue to play out through the course of everything. But in overall, I enjoyed everything that was going on through the course of the whole entire match. And it's going to be interesting when Grand Slam comes around the corner. We're going to have some smash mouth matches for that Dynamite. Also, with follow-up news, we got some new news coming on the line of things. Britt Baker has been put on an unlisted list once again ever since she made her appearance over at All In. She had a stinker match when it came to Mercedes Moné. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but she's been back on the unlisted. Not sure if she got injured again, but she's on the inactive list once again currently at this moment. We have other players on the field. Jamie Hayter made a return as well, as things are looking to pick up, as she has Saraya, which is actually her actual name. And things are going to pick up with that women's drama in the upcoming weeks. As well as we have Jon Moxley looking to step up against Darby Allin at Grand Slam. And the tag team division, Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher to take on the Young Bucks. And more story lead up about Shockwave. Shockwave is coming. It's a new show that initially is going to be coming to an AEW programming. Most likely probably be on Fox Sports West or one of those sports programs direct with Fox. When it comes to what's going on with Collision, there's rumors going about that Rampage may be getting canceled because of the low attendance and the low viewership. But they need to take it serious when it comes to Rampage if it has not been canceled. This is coming from me from my own personal opinion. Rampage needs to be revamped as Ring of Honor. Make Ring of Honor like NXT, make it your developmental status. More importantly, change the night from Friday and go from there to Saturday, or pick it up on a Wednesday right after Dynamite on its own programming. So it could be kind of like intertwined of being a 3-hour programming. As well, when it comes to other things that pretty much has been going on, when it comes to Shockwave, I think the best show and time needs to be on Tuesday nights. I know Tony Khan is very on par that he does not want it to interfere with the NFL and don't want it to clash. But we shall see how things continue to pick up with everything. We got Logan coming through. He's saying hello. Appreciate you, Logan, coming through, champ. It's always a pleasure for you coming through. Hopefully everything is all going calm, cool, and collected for your night. More importantly, appreciate you coming through and being a new subscriber to my actual channel. Appreciate you, champ. In other news, we also have a couple more returns when it comes to AEW. Not even returns, but debuts soon. Bobby Lashley, along with MVP and Shelton Benjamin, will be coming to AEW under their new collective branding. I'm not sure if they're going to be aligned with Shane McMahon or be their own actual group. But you shall see him between WrestleDream or between 6 weeks from now. You shall be seeing Bobby Lashley on AEW television. This is coming from my own personal deal of my contacts, of people I talked to and spoke to. But that's the timeline. Six weeks from now, Bobby Lashley will be directly signed with AEW. He's already probably signed, and they're waiting for the right time to have him on our programming for AEW. More importantly, tonight's show was great for what it was. It was everything that you truly could have asked for through the course of everything that truly went on. And I'm looking forward to seeing where AEW stands from here. But Tony Khan needs to step it up when it comes to the overall storylines. I know we have a couple of storylines, new factions, and everything that's going on. But we need to get some serious things going on. And I see they're kind of playing a couple of playbooks directly from the Attitude Era. We're getting a little bit more of entertainment getting pushed out, which is kind of nice by the AEW, the not fantasy book. If they're going to go on that route, have it where we can have some build up. Or if you can have international stars that's from a different company, give us a highlight package. Let us know who we're dealing with. So talent can be truly invested, or the fans, rather, can be excited for whoever they would love to see. More importantly, I appreciate you guys coming through for this actual video. Post your comments and concerns. More importantly, like, comment, and subscribe. And it was always a pleasure having you guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one.